to go into Iowa thinking, man, I hope we can keep up with them. That's not our mindset. We're coming in there to punch them right in the face, just like we did at Nebraska. I guess that would be close to qualifying as bulletin board material, Jerry. And if you were the head coach, how exactly would you handle something like this?
Well, it's always entertaining. And think about it. We're talking about bulletin board when we live our lives on Twitter. So it didn't happen to me all that often. I had a rule with the team that said you're only an expert about one thing. That's yourself. And that's all you should ever talk about, right? So talking about an opponent is not a good idea. But it did happen to me once. And so the way I handled it is I walked into the meeting Thursday evening as we were finishing our game prep, and I read what one of my players had said. He was ripping another coach on the opposing staff that had recruited him. And I read it, and I made believe I was really mad, and I looked at him, I said, seriously? And everybody busted out laughing, and then I ended it by saying, hey, look, he shouldn't have said it. Let's back up what he said because it did relate to the game. But really, Mike, bulletin board material, I think it might, at its best, give you a little juice for a practice. But there's nobody who's ever played the game that gets down in the stance and says, I'm going to remember what that guy said as I fire out of my stance.
Right.
So it's much ado about nothing. And again, bulletin boards, they don't even exist anymore. Right?
Right, it's an ancient phrase.
The smartphone has taken over the bulletin board.
By the way, Iowa wants this win anyway because history's on the line.
Yes, it is.
If they get the victory, that gives 144 wins in Kirk Ferentz' career, which would break Hayden Fry's record, which they're now tied for.